I've been making videos on this channel for about 2 years now, and I still haven't talked about this. And I'm honestly quite nervous, but you know what? It is my channel, so I might as well just give my opinion.
Because we're beautiful. Future. Forever. My regular niffler.
Hello beautiful people, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and honestly, I'm a bit terrified to make this video because of the state that the Wizarding World fandom has come to and has been in for the past 5 months now. But you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway because, you know, there's a sense of freedom of speech that I still want to remain intact with my personality. And let's have a conversation about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And before we start, if you're not already following me on all of my social medias, please do so. The links are in the description box below. Let's get connected on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and whatever you guys want to contact me on. Before we started, I just wanted to reiterate that I have not seen Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on stage. Now, that doesn't not give me a reason to speak about the play, because most of the people living in the world who are Harry Potter fans have not been fortunate enough to go see it in London. I've actually had the opportunity to many times, and every single time I've tried to plan it, it's always just failed somehow, and I feel like that's God telling me that I probably shouldn't, because I probably won't like it. But anyways, I just wanted to start off by saying that so you guys kind of have like a background on how I feel about The Cursed Child and if I've seen it or not. Nevertheless, the day it came out, literally the morning it came out, I went to my local bookstore and I bought it. And I read the first chapter right there in the store, and I was excited. I was honestly excited. And that very beginning, which takes place at King's Cross in the 19 years later scene, was great. And I was excited. And then I got home and then I continued reading it, and it was like a piece of I'm gonna get beamed for making this video. Which leads me to my first main problem with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and why I feel it turned the Wizarding World that we know and love and threw it in the trash. My main problem with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is that it feels like it's written by a different person, and I think that that's something that Jack Thorne wanted to kind of avoid, but he really couldn't. The blatant errors that were made in this story about the world we love are just so blatant, as I said before, that it's actually shocking. And I think the main reason that people have a problem with The Cursed Child is because you can't tell whether it's canon or not, because while J.K. Rowling didn't write it herself, she confirmed it. She was the one who gave them the okay to put this on stage. And so the fans that do like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child and the fans that don't like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child have arguments, because some say it's canon and it is literally a continuation of the story, which is legitimized, and then other people are all like, no, we don't like it and we don't have to accept it in the 7-book series or trilogy. It's not a trilogy because that's 3. But yeah, the people that don't want to accept it into the 7-book series can say that they don't want to because it technically isn't canon because Jo hasn't written it, although she did approve it. And so that whole debate has been sparked between fans and hasn't let up in 3 years since the book has been released. Another problem I have with The Cursed Child is that because it was made as a play for the stage, a lot of fans can't connect with it and read it like they would a Harry Potter book. It's kind of similar to reading the Fantastic Beasts script without watching the movie. It feels bland because there are no descriptions. Nothing makes sense because you're supposed to visualize it. The Cursed Child book is literally the script printed on book pages. It's not written as a book. There are no details. There is no visualization. You don't see the magic that gets put on the stage, which somewhat is a distraction to the actual content, which is unbelievably trashy. But again, we're just talking about the main points right now. And because it was written as a play, it really limits its accessibility to fans. And so the fans who live halfway across the world, which by the way is a lot of Harry Potter fans, considering that this is a worldwide phenomenon, have no access to these books. They have no access to this new story that they really want to get into, and it's actually kind of heartbreaking because these fans who have displayed so much affection and love into The Cursed Child cannot see it in real life. And it's not like the tickets are horrendous in the UK. I think it's about £25 to see one of the acts, and so I think it might be £50 for the entire story, even though it is really proper and it is a real play. I think £50 isn't horrible, but it still is pricey for kids who want to go see the play. But again, a lot of Harry Potter merch is really overpriced, as you guys can see. I would know. And so that's one of the lesser issues that we have at this current state of the Wizarding World. And then we really get down to like the meat of the problem with the Cursed Child, and that's the story. The whole idea that like Albus, like young Albus, like Harry's child Albus, goes to Hogwarts, gets sorted into Slytherin, and they decide to go back in time to just fix everything and like bring back everyone from the dead, and like Cedric Diggory's dad showing up like, hey guys, can you help me? I have a time turner. It just doesn't make sense, and it just defeats the whole purpose of the time turners being destroyed in the Order of the Phoenix, because J.K. Rowling herself knew that time turners cause problems, which is why she eradicated them so randomly in the Order of the Phoenix. I mean, they didn't have to all just like combust in the Department of Mysteries, but they did. Because she didn't want people to say, oh, you know, we could just bring Snape back, we can bring Dumbledore back, we can bring Cedric back using time turners, and for that to be just eradicated. That's when it really starts to mess with the first main 7 books, that actual series, which I think is a problem that a lot of fans have, because it's a problem that I have, and I don't know, maybe it's something that we just connect with, I don't know. And now the Cursed Child is becoming like an actual thing. There's a Broadway show of it in New York, and now they're doing one in Sydney, and it really is becoming like a literal worldwide phenomenon of the worldwide phenomenon. And it's just a problem. Now, I'm not a hater of the Cursed Child. I'm not a person who would not want to go see it like in show. I actually would. I've tried to go see it a couple of times, and if I like it, then I honestly will be so happy. But now, after 3 years of reading the screenplay twice now, I've attempted twice, and I finished it both times, it is just not connecting with me, and that's not my fault. As a reader, as a consumer of entertainment, if I don't get along with a piece of content or a TV show or a movie or writing or music, it's not my fault. It's not the consumer's fault if they don't connect with your content. It just means that content is not up to par with these 7 books that are solid gold that you released. Which then leads me to my final point about the Cursed Child and why I feel there is such a disconnect. Now, a couple of you may disagree with me on this, but my main problem with the Cursed Child is that now J.K. Rowling is writing Fantastic Beasts. She is writing a continuation or like an origin of the Wizarding World. Yet she confirmed for another person to write the Cursed Child, which was the main catalyst for all of this hate. If she wanted the Cursed Child to be a thing, she could have written the continuation of the story, and I genuinely feel that she would have been able to come up with something more substantial than time travel. Because that is something that she eradicated because she knew that she didn't want to deal with it, and this is the main thing. It's starting to feel like Jo, as much as I hate to say it, is like using cash grabs now, which is something that Harry Potter wasn't about. It wasn't about cash grabs, and J.K. Rowling herself doesn't need the extra money because Harry Potter, like the Harry Potter series, is still so big. Like literally new generations of kids. I go out and I see kids reading Harry Potter. I see kids dressing up as Harry Potter for Halloween. And so it's fine. I don't think she needs that, but that's what this is clearly turning into. Clearly, I mean, you could see with the Crimes of Grindelwald, how Nagini was just sprinkled in there. I mean, if you're going to introduce her character, which is completely fine, give her more than 4 lines. I'm not going to say this more than once. Well, I have said it like a lot of times, but give her more than 4 lines. It's just honestly clear to me now that Nagini was used as a marketing device for the Crimes of Grindelwald, and that is the only thing that she had to do in it. And it's literally come back to bite Warner Brothers in the ass because all of the reviews for the Crimes of Grindelwald were so bad. And don't get me wrong, I loved that film. But again, that's for another video, and I've made enough videos about the Crimes of Grindelwald, and this is The Cursed Child, which honestly is an even bigger fish to fry because J.K. Rowling hasn't written it, and we still don't know if it's canon or not. Like, honestly, it's literally like the biggest debate in the Wizarding World, like, fandom. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I personally do not take it as canon because I'm pretty sure Jo has kind of said that it isn't. But again, I guess now she just doesn't want to piss off the fans who like The Cursed Child. And it is... It's exhausting, guys. But anyways, that's all I have to say about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I know that the past couple of weeks I've made videos that have like been very, very critical of the Wizarding World, but I just wanted to get everything off my chest because I have been a lot more active on the channel now, and so I wanted to be completely honest before I went back to, you know, doing all of those Harry Potter hauls and like obsessing over the Wizarding World, and I just wanted to be honest before I could go back to, you know, kind of like advertising for the Wizarding World without getting paid by Warner Brothers. Because that's literally what I've been doing. I mean, YouTube does pay me. And I'm very happy with like the little family that I've created. But I've already told you guys that a million times. And again, if you made it this far, I love you so much. My viewers are honestly great. And that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this, please leave me a like and a comment down below and subscribe to my channel to see a lot more Harry Potter content. Bye guys!